the first astronomer come natural philosopher to consider the notion of black holes was actually somebody called John Mitchell. He's normally portrayed as a rector of Thornhill in Yorkshire in England, and it seems quite obscure. Why on earth is this rector coming up with the idea of black holes? But in fact, he was one of the leading, what you might call universal natural philosophers in the 18th century. And he'd had a very interesting career at Cambridge. He'd been at one point the professor of geology. He'd also taught Hebrew, Greek, arithmetic, geometry before he left the university and took up his position as a rector in Yorkshire. That was in 1767, but he's really remembered now for a scientific paper he wrote in 1783, where he laid out for the first time the idea of what we would call a black hole. And that was in the context of trying to imagine how could you weigh the stars. And his big idea was that actually particles of light would be retarded by the gravitational effects of a star. Would it be possible to measure that? And in the course of considering that, he wondered, what about the escape velocity of these particles? What if the escape velocity is actually larger than the speed of light? Then the light would actually be trapped and would never escape, and we would have what we would call a black hole.